The judge's gavel froze midair, not yet striking the bench. The entire courtroom, Family Courtroom 5 in Seattle, held its breath, as if the air had been sucked out. A 9-year-old black boy, Marcus Johnson, shot up from his seat in the gallery, his eyes blazing with determination, pointing straight at social worker Olivia Bennett and shouting in a trembling but sharp voice, "You're my mom. I remember your jasmine perfume, the song you sang to me." Olivia, who had been delivering her report with cool professionalism, went pale, her hands shaking as she dropped her files to the floor. Judge Emily Larson pounded her gavel frantically, trying to restore order, but whispers rippled through the room like waves crashing. Lawyers jumped to their feet. Marcus's foster family murmured in panic, and Olivia just stood there, staring at Marcus, as if she'd seen a ghost from her past. This boy had just shattered every rule of family court, and his words might bring down a criminal empire no one saw coming. Before we dive into the story, I want to know where you're watching from. Drop your location in the comments below this video. Hit that like button if you're ready for a journey that'll make your heart race. And don't forget to subscribe, because what's coming next will keep you glued to the screen. This isn't just any courtroom drama. This is the story of a black boy robbed of his mother by the system, shuffled through 7 harsh foster homes, yet clinging to memories of the mom he believes is still alive. Marcus Johnson didn't just stun the courtroom. He accidentally sparked an investigation that will expose one of the darkest child trafficking conspiracies in America. Olivia Bennett, the woman Marcus called his mom, has spent 10 years as a social worker, fighting for kids in Seattle's foster system. She's a symbol of dedication, but behind her tough exterior lies a heartbreaking secret. 10 years ago, she was forced to give her newborn son up for adoption, a decision that broke her heart. She never thought she'd see him again, until the moment Marcus stood up, pointed at her, and rocked her world. But is Marcus really her son? Or is this just a tragic coincidence? And why is Northwest Family Network, the organization behind Marcus's adoption, trying to erase every trace of this boy? Trust me, you won't want to miss a single detail of this story. The secrets about to unfold will give you chills, and Marcus and Olivia's journey will prove that a mother's love can topple even the most corrupt systems. The murmurs in Seattle's Family Courtroom 5 echoed like waves crashing against rocks. Judge Emily Larson banged her gavel, her face taut, trying to wrench the room back to order. But all eyes were glued to Marcus Johnson, the 9-year-old black boy who just shattered Olivia Bennett's world with 7 words. "You're my mom." Olivia stood frozen, hands trembling as she picked up her scattered files, her heart pounding like it might burst. Marcus's big brown eyes pierced her soul, dragging up memories she'd buried for 10 years. How did this boy know her jasmine perfume? The song, "You Are My Sunshine," she sang to her newborn son. This story isn't just a courtroom shock. It's the start of a horrifying secret, a conspiracy that stole hundreds of kids. Are you ready to uncover the truth? Hit like if you're hooked, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to catch every detail, because this emotional storm won't stop. Seattle, December 2025. A dreary drizzle cloaking the city like a gray veil. The family courtroom sat in an old building, its tall windows letting in muted, ashen light. Today would decide the fate of Marcus Johnson, a 9-year-old black boy shuffled through 7 foster homes since he was 2. Marcus's file was littered with harsh notes, uncontrollable, delusional about his real mom being alive. He spoke of a mom with jasmine perfume, a lullaby, a heart-shaped ring. Foster families dismissed it as fantasy. Marcus was diagnosed with attachment disorder, recommended meds to forget his delusions. But he never stopped believing. He drew heart-shaped rings, sang, "You Are My Sunshine," in lonely nights, scanned social workers' faces for someone familiar. Today, in a navy blue shirt prepped by the Thompsons, Marcus sat still, but his eyes darted, like a pint-sized detective hunting clues. Olivia Bennett, 34, a social worker, presented Marcus's report. She was a Seattle icon, devoted to finding kids' homes. With blonde hair tied back, green eyes full of resolve, Olivia hid a deep wound. 10 years ago, at 24, a broke college student. She got pregnant with her black boyfriend, but the relationship fell apart. Her mother, Margaret Bennett, a social activist, pressured her to give the baby up. A single white mom raising a black kid won't make it, she said coldly. Olivia agreed to let Northwest Family Network find a family for her son, named Noah, holding him for 3 hours, singing, "You Are My Sunshine," slipping a heart-shaped ring as a keepsake. She never knew where Noah went, only promised he'd have a good life. Olivia's heart felt hollow, like she'd lost a piece of her soul. The hearing should have been routine, Olivia stated. Marcus Johnson, age 9, defiant, delusional about his real mom. The Thompsons want to adopt, but his behavior needs managing. She avoided Marcus's gaze, his eyes stabbing her with pain. The Thompsons, Mrs. Thompson clutching her husband's hand, looked anxious, describing Marcus as smart but distant, staying up nights, singing lullabies, drawing hearts. Social worker Karen Walsh suggested a psych evaluation, citing delusions hindering integration. Judge Larson, with 20 years' experience, jotted notes, her face blank. No one saw the storm coming. Marcus shot up, ignoring Mrs. Thompson's tug. He stepped into the courtroom center, small but commanding, eyes locked on Olivia. His voice shook but cut clear. "You're my mom. I remember your jasmine perfume. You are my sunshine." The heart-shaped ring. The room went dead silent. Olivia's face drained of color, her hand grazing the heart-shaped ring she'd never taken off since losing Noah. Judge Larson shouted, "Order. Sit down." But Marcus stood firm, his eyes a mix of pain and hope. Security moved in, but Larson signaled them to stop, her eyes glinting with curiosity. Mrs. Thompson pulled at Marcus, but he yanked free, yelling, "I know it's her." Olivia didn't move, her world spinning. Memories of Noah flooded back, his milky scent, her whispered promises. How did Marcus know the song, the ring, the perfume she wore daily? She looked at Marcus, spotting a teardrop birthmark on his neck, just like Noah's. Her heart choked. Was this her son, or a cruel trick? Judge Larson called a 30-minute recess. Olivia collapsed in the hallway, bolted to the bathroom, locked the door, and stared in the mirror, steadying her breath. Marcus's image looped in her mind. She opened her wallet, pulling out an old photo. A black baby, big eyes, teardrop birthmark. It was Noah, her only picture. She rarely dared look, but now she couldn't stop. Was Marcus Noah? Why was he in foster care, labeled troubled? Who took him from her? What was Northwest Family Network hiding? Marcus, in a waiting room with Mrs. Walsh and the Thompsons, sat quietly, eyes searching for Olivia through the glass. Mrs. Thompson soothed him, but Marcus shook his head. "I'm not crazy. I know she's my mom." Walsh scribbled notes, muttering Marcus needed urgent evaluation. Marcus clutched a drawing, a heart-shaped ring, a blonde woman. He'd waited years for this moment and wouldn't give up. Olivia called Ryan Carter, a private investigator, voice shaking. "Ryan, a boy called me his mom. I think he's my son. Something's off with Northwest Family Network. Can you dig into it now?" Ryan replied, "Send the details. If it's shady, I'll find it. Brace yourself, Olivia. The truth might change everything." Olivia sent Marcus's file, unaware this call would crack open a chilling conspiracy in Seattle. What do you think lies ahead for Marcus and Olivia? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit like if you're on edge, and subscribe to unravel the secrets. The Seattle courthouse hallway was icy, the burnt coffee smell from an old machine lingering. Olivia Bennett stepped out of the bathroom, clutching the faded photo of Noah, her son lost 10 years ago. The image of Marcus Johnson, the 9-year-old black boy who called her mom, haunted her. His big brown eyes, the teardrop birthmark on his neck, and memories of jasmine perfume. "You are my sunshine." The heart-shaped ring. It all made denial impossible. Was Marcus Noah, or a cruel coincidence? A spark of hope flickered, tangled with dread of the truth. What was Northwest Family Network, the agency that took Noah hiding? Why was Marcus branded crazy by the foster system for memories no one believed? This isn't just a quest to find her son. It's a door to a criminal network that stole hundreds of kids. Is your heart racing yet? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit like if you can't stop. Subscribe to uncover the chilling secrets. Olivia returned to her small office in downtown Seattle. Rain pelted the windows, like the city wept for forgotten kids. She opened her laptop, hands shaking as she typed Marcus Johnson into the foster care database. His file popped up, but it was eerily strange. No original birth certificate, just a note that Marcus was abandoned in Tacoma at age 2. A report from the Carters, his third foster family, chilled her. Marcus drew a woman with a heart-shaped ring, sang a lullaby. When told to stop, he screamed his mom was alive. They returned him after 4 months, calling him unruly. The Reynolds, his fifth family, locked Marcus in a basement when he mentioned his mom, dismissing his memories as delusions. Olivia's blood boiled. How could a 9-year-old be treated so cruelly just for clinging to memories? She checked her phone for messages from Ryan Carter, a private investigator. Ryan texted, "Meet me at 7 p.m., the Anchor, Pike Place. Northwest Family Network's shady. Don't come alone." Olivia glanced at the clock. 3 hours to go. She rummaged through her desk, finding an old contract with Northwest Family Network, stamped by Vincent Caldwell, director in 2015. Googling his name, she froze. A 2019 article mentioned a warehouse fire, destroying adoption records. Another, buried deep, noted the agency was probed for irregular procedures, but quickly cleared. Olivia sensed a fog wall hiding a horrific truth. She touched her heart-shaped ring, whispering, "Noah, if you're Marcus, I'm sorry. I'll find the truth." At 7 p.m., the Anchor glowed with warm lights, but the air between Olivia and Ryan was heavy. Ryan, 40, sharp-eyed with a scarred cheek, slid documents across the table. "Olivia, brace yourself," he said, voice low. "Northwest Family Network stole hundreds of kids from poor moms like you. They forged papers, funneled kids into foster care, or sold them overseas." Olivia flipped through the files, seeing internal emails, invoices, lists of kids with redacted names. One line stopped her cold. Child from OB, 2015, moved to Tacoma, MB. OB Olivia Bennett. MJ Marcus Johnson. Her heart pounded. Ryan is Noah Marcus? What did they do to my son? Ryan looked at her, regretful. Not certain, but Vincent Caldwell targeted kids of social workers, lawyers, for future blackmail. Kids were pawns. Olivia felt stabbed. She recalled her mother, Margaret Bennett, saying, "Northwest ensures discretion. You won't worry about the baby." Did her mom know something? She called Margaret, her mother's voice icy. "Olivia, stop digging. Noah has a good life. Don't ruin your career." Olivia hung up, tears falling. Margaret was hiding something. Ryan handed her a USB. Data from a Northwest ex-employee. Emails mentioned disappearance services for $250,000, paid from your mom's account. 2015. Olivia was stunned. Her mother paid to erase Noah from her life. Rage and pain collided. She wanted to scream. How could her mom, who taught her justice, betray her own grandson? Olivia opened the USB, finding a list of kids. Shipped to Mexico. Sold to Dubai. False identities. Marcus Johnson's entry read, from OB, not adopted, moved to Tacoma, 2017. An internal report described Marcus as smart, persistent memories, needs strict family to break delusions. Olivia choked. Marcus wasn't just stolen. He was psychologically tortured to forget her. Foster families were chosen to harm him. To erase, "You are my sunshine." Jasmine sent, the heart-shaped ring. But Marcus didn't forget. He fought, and now he demanded the truth. Olivia called Ryan, voice firm. "Ryan, I need a DNA test to confirm Marcus is Noah. Dig deeper on Vincent Caldwell. I'll make him pay." Ryan warned. "Vincent's tied to officials, cops. Cross him. You face the whole system. You ready?" Olivia looked at Noah's photo, his eyes pleading. "I'm ready. I lost my son once. They won't take him again." She didn't know this choice would lead to a dangerous fight, threatening her career, her life, and Marcus's. But she had no choice. Marcus found her. She'd bring him home. In a sleek office, Vincent Caldwell, 60, silver-haired, cold-eyed, got a report about the courtroom. He sipped whiskey, staring at Seattle's rain. "The kid's a problem," he muttered. "Olivia Bennett, you should have stayed quiet." He dialed his phone, ordering, "Tell Bennett, if she digs deeper, make sure she doesn't find the boy." Vincent didn't know Olivia had stepped onto a path of no return, and the secrets he hid were about to be exposed. What will Olivia do with her mom? Comment 1 if she confronts Margaret, 2 if she targets Vincent. Hit like if you're gripped. Subscribe to dive into the nightmare. Seattle's rain kept falling, as if trying to drown every secret in its cold waves. Olivia Bennett sat in her dim office, the computer screen's glow casting pain and resolve across her face. The USB from Ryan Carter, loaded with Northwest Family Network's data, stayed plugged in, displaying a list of stolen kids, including Marcus Johnson, the 9-year-old black boy who called her mom. Marcus's memories of jasmine perfume, "You are my sunshine," the heart-shaped ring, and the teardrop birthmark on his neck haunted her. She just learned her mother, Margaret Bennett, paid $250,000 to erase her son, Noah, from her life. But was Marcus really Noah? And if so, who orchestrated the conspiracy to torment him in the foster system? Olivia felt like she stood at the edge of a cliff, but she couldn't stop. This wasn't just a search for her son. It was a battle against a monstrous criminal network. Are you on edge? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit like if you're hooked. Subscribe to uncover the truth shaking Seattle. Olivia gripped her phone, hands trembling, reading Ryan's email. "DNA results come this afternoon. Meet me at 3 p.m., Volunteer Park, near Lake Union. Be careful, we're being watched." Her heart pounded. The DNA test would confirm Marcus was Noah, but she feared the truth would bring danger. She looked at Noah's photo on her desk, big eyes, teardrop birthmark, and whispered, "I'm bringing you home, son." She left her office, unaware of a black SUV parked nearby, a stranger's eyes tracking her every step through the rain. At 3 p.m., Volunteer Park was shrouded in fog. Ryan, in a leather jacket with sharp eyes, handed Olivia a brown envelope. "Results are in," he said, voice low. Olivia opened it, hands shaking. The DNA report read, 99.9% match. Marcus Johnson is Olivia Bennett's son. She choked, tears streaming. Marcus was Noah. Her son, stolen 10 years ago, was alive, remembering her through a lullaby and a heart-shaped ring. But her joy was cut short as Ryan grabbed her arm, pulling her into a shadowed corner. "We're being followed," he whispered. "Vincent Caldwell knows you're digging. He's ordered them to stop you at all costs." Olivia froze. Vincent, Northwest Family Network's director, wasn't just a child thief. He was a monster using kids as blackmail pawns. Ryan gave her another file, sourced from a Northwest ex-employee. "They stole over 300 kids, mostly from poor moms like you," he said. "They forged documents, created new identities, funneled kids into foster care, or sold them overseas. Marcus was abandoned in Tacoma after an adoptive family backed out." Olivia scanned the file, finding an internal email. "Child from OB. Smart, persistent memories. Need strict family to break delusions." She shuddered. Marcus's basement lockups and forced forgetting weren't random. They were planned to break him. Another email chilled her. "Kids of social workers/lawyers kept for blackmail leverage. OB is a potential target." Olivia realized Vincent had targeted her from the start, using Noah to control her later. She asked, voice trembling, "Ryan, where's Marcus now? Is he safe?" Ryan shook his head. "He's still with the Thompsons, but I heard Northwest's planning to move him. They call it risk management." Olivia's blood boiled. They wanted to steal Noah again. She recalled Marcus's eyes in court, pained yet hopeful, and vowed not to lose him. Ryan continued, "I've got a lead on Vincent. He operates from a secret office in Belltown. But Olivia, he's got ties to cops, officials. If you touch him, the whole system will come for you. Olivia clutched the DNA envelope, saying, I don't care. Noah suffered enough. I'll find Vincent and dismantle this network. That night, Olivia returned to her small apartment near Puget Sound. She opened Ryan's USB, seeing a list of kids shipped to Mexico, sold to Dubai, false identities. A note on Marcus, not adopted, moved to Tacoma 2017, mother's memories to be erased. She found a $250,000 invoice from her mother's account, paired with Vincent's email to Margaret. Disappearance service complete. Child untraceable. Olivia broke down. Her mother didn't just push her to give up Noah. She knew he'd be thrown into foster care, hurt. Olivia called Margaret, voice cracking. You knew, didn't you? You paid to make Noah vanish. Margaret was cold. Olivia, it was for your future. Don't ruin everything. Olivia hung up, tears falling, but anger outstripped pain. Margaret betrayed her and Noah, but Olivia wouldn't forgive. Olivia contacted Ryan, demanding he track Marcus and find evidence against Vincent. Ryan reported, I've got a source. Northwest's moving Marcus to Evergreen Sanctuary, outside Seattle, in 48 hours. It's not a reform camp. It's where they process kids before selling or erasing identities. Olivia was horrified. She remembered Marcus drawing heart-shaped rings, singing lullabies in the dark, and resolved to save him. She didn't know Vincent had escalated his orders. In his Belltown office, Vincent, silver-haired, cold-eyed, studied Olivia's photo on his desk. She's stubborn, he muttered, dialing his phone. Stop Bennett. If needed, eliminate her and the kid. A black SUV left the office, heading toward Olivia's home. The next morning, Olivia went to her social services office, secretly taking a hair sample of Marcus's from his file for a second DNA test to confirm. She found a new report. Marcus was labeled dangerous, recommended for urgent transfer. She called Ryan, voice panicked. They're trying to take Noah. We have to act. Ryan agreed but warned. Olivia, this is war. Vincent won't let you in easily. Olivia looked at her heart-shaped ring, eyes blazing. She'd lost Noah for 10 years. Now she'd fight to bring him home, even if it meant facing the world. What should Olivia do? Comment 1 if she goes after Vincent. 2 if she saves Marcus first. Hit like if you can't wait. Subscribe to see this battle explode. Seattle's night was swallowed by black rain, as if it meant to snuff out all hope. Olivia Bennett stood in her small apartment near Puget Sound, heart pounding. The DNA report confirming Marcus Johnson as Noah, her son stolen 10 years ago, still clutched in her hand. Northwest Family Network, the organization behind it, didn't just take him. They tortured his mind to erase her memory. Now Marcus, the 9-year-old black boy with the teardrop birthmark and memories of "You Are My Sunshine," was slated for transfer to Evergreen Sanctuary, a front where kids were processed before being sold or stripped of identity. Vincent Caldwell, the mastermind, had ordered Olivia stopped, even eliminated, along with Marcus. But Olivia wasn't scared. She'd lost Noah once. She'd fight to the end to save her son. This is the climax of a nightmare, a raid that will expose a horrific crime. Are you breathless with suspense? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit like if you can't look away. Subscribe to Witness Seattle Shake. Olivia met Ryan Carter and Judge Emily Larson, whose daughter vanished due to Northwest, at an abandoned warehouse off I-5. Ryan, sharp-eyed, spread out a map of Evergreen Sanctuary. It's outside Seattle. Looks like a reform camp, but it's where Vincent processes kids. Heavy security, cameras everywhere. Emily, voice trembling but firm, said, My daughter might be there. We move tonight. Olivia nodded, eyes blazing. She recalled Marcus's drawings of a heart-shaped ring and vowed to bring him home. Ryan handed over a camera jamming device and a copied key from an inside source. If we're caught, it's prison, he warned. Olivia replied, I'd rather die than let them take Noah again. At 11 p.m., the trio approached Evergreen through a dark pine forest, rain soaking their jackets. Barbed wire fences and floodlights sent chills down Olivia's spine. Ryan jammed the cameras and unlocked a side gate. They slipped into a cold concrete hallway, the sharp smell of disinfectant stinging their noses. Faint cries of children echoed from the basement, choking Olivia. They found a holding area, dozens of kids, mostly black and Latino, locked in small iron cages. Olivia whispered, "Noah, where are you?" A small voice answered from a dark corner. "Mom, is that you?" She rushed over, finding Marcus in a cramped cage, gaunt but with eyes still bright with hope. He clutched a drawing of a heart-shaped ring, whispering, "I knew you'd come." Olivia's tears fell as she unlocked the cage, pulling him into her arms. "I'm here, son. No one's hurting you again." But their joy was cut short. Ryan uncovered a hidden medical room filled with strange equipment. A screen displayed data. Subdermal tracking implants, remotely activated, monitor location and vitals. Olivia's stomach dropped when she saw Marcus's name on the list. She checked his arm, finding a small scar. "They put this in you," she cried, voice breaking. Ryan explained, "These devices track kids for life or kill them if needed. Vincent uses them to control." Olivia crumbled, imagining Noah enslaved by a chip. She swore to destroy this network. Suddenly, hallway lights flared, alarms blaring. Vincent Caldwell stepped out, silver-haired, eyes cold as a snake, flanked by black-clad guards. "Olivia Bennett," he said, voice dripping with mockery. "You're more stubborn than I thought, but you're not leaving here." Olivia locked eyes with Vincent, fury erupting. "You stole my son, tortured him. You'll pay." Vincent sneered. "You don't get it. Marcus is an asset, and you're just a pawn. I targeted you 10 years ago when your mother paid to erase the boy. Now you think you can ruin my empire? You'll die with him." He raised a remote, threatening to activate Marcus's chip. The boy trembled, gripping Olivia's hand. "Mom, don't let him win." Olivia acted fast, secretly starting a live stream from her phone, broadcasting to the FBI and CNN, capturing Vincent's words. She shouted, "The world's watching, Vincent. You can't hide anymore." Vincent froze, ordering his guards to grab her, but Ryan tossed a smoke grenade, sparking chaos. Olivia clutched Marcus, sprinting through the hallway, Emily guiding other kids behind. They escaped into the forest as sirens wailed. The FBI arrived, tipped off by the live stream. Vincent was cuffed, his remote clattering to the ground, but he snarled, "You haven't won, Bennett. The system's bigger than you know." Olivia held Marcus, hearing him whisper, "You still wear the heart-shaped ring, don't you?" She nodded, tears falling, knowing the fight wasn't over. The FBI rescued 60 kids, but Olivia learned Marcus's chip was still active, needing urgent surgery. She rushed him to a secure hospital, but feared Vincent's allies in the system. Ryan reported, "I pulled data from Evergreen servers. Hundreds more kids are held at other sites." Olivia realized she wasn't just saving Noah. She had to dismantle a child trafficking empire. But danger loomed. An anonymous text hit her phone. "Stop, or the boy vanishes forever." Olivia gripped Marcus's hand, eyes fierce. She'd found her son. Now she'd fight to keep him. What's Olivia's next move? Comment 1 if she keeps fighting. 2 if she hides with Marcus. Hit like if you're breathless. Subscribe to see the battles peak. Seattle's family courtroom 3 was thick with tension, as if the whole city held its breath. Olivia Bennett sat in the defendant's chair, her green eyes resolute but her hands clenched to hide their trembling. Just weeks ago, she stormed Evergreen's sanctuary, freeing Marcus Johnson, her son, Noah, from a cage in Northwest Family Network's child trafficking ring. Her live stream exposed Vincent Caldwell, the mastermind, and saved 60 kids, but now she faced charges of professional misconduct, illegal trespass, and endangering minors. Marcus, the 9-year-old black boy with a teardrop birthmark, sat in the front row, his big brown eyes locked on his mom, as if willing her strength. Vincent, silver-haired, cold-eyed, sat with the prosecution, ready to destroy Olivia by any means. This wasn't just a trial. It was the final battle for justice over crime. Are you breathless yet? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit like if you can't look away. Subscribe to witness the moment that decides their fate. The trial gripped the nation. News of the Evergreen live stream spreading like wildfire, splitting public opinion. Was Olivia a hero or a criminal? Prosecutor James Porter, voice icy, branded Olivia a reckless vigilante who destabilized the system. He presented forged documents claiming Olivia took payments from Northwest since 2015, implying she colluded with Vincent for career gain, only raiding Evergreen when her cover was at risk. Olivia reeled, feeling stabbed in the back. Her mother, Margaret Bennett, who paid $250,000 to erase Noah, refused to testify, leaving her alone. Olivia's lawyer, Sarah Nguyen, whispered, "They're smearing you. We need evidence to flip this." But Olivia just looked at Marcus, recalling him whispering, "You still wear the heart-shaped ring," in the hospital after his subdermal chip was removed. She knew the truth would prevail, but how could she sway the jury? Vincent took the stand, voice dripping with sarcasm. Olivia's no victim. She knew Marcus was her son for years, but stayed silent for her career. She broke in to destroy evidence, tying her to me. He produced fake emails showing Olivia accepting bribes. The jury murmured, casting doubtful glances her way. Olivia wanted to scream, but Sarah held her back. "Wait for a moment." She felt the world crumbling, like when her mother forced her to give up Noah 10 years ago. Vincent was weaponizing the system she once trusted to crush her, but he didn't expect a tiny witness to change everything. Marcus, only 9, was allowed to testify after a psychologist confirmed his competence. He stepped to the stand, navy blue shirt crisp, eyes steady like a warrior's. His voice was small but clear, ringing through the room. "Mr. Vincent's lying. My mom never gave me up. They locked me in cages, tried to make me forget her. But I remembered you are my sunshine. Her jasmine perfume, the heart-shaped ring." He recounted horrors, locked in the Reynolds basement, injected with drugs at Evergreen to erase memories, and a chip in his arm that caused pain. They said my mom was dead, but I knew she was looking for me. When I saw her in court, I knew she'd never give up. The jury wept. Even tough Judge Clara Hayes choked up. Marcus looked at Vincent, saying, "You took me from my mom, but she found me. You lost." The courtroom fell silent, broken only by sobs. Sarah Nguyen stood, presenting final evidence. 2015 hospital security video, recovered by Ryan Carter from an old archive. The courtroom screen lit up, showing a 24-year-old Olivia, broken, cradling newborn Noah in a hospital room. She sang, "You are my sunshine," sobbing, as her mother, Margaret, pressured her to sign adoption papers. "I'm sorry, Noah," Video Olivia whispered. "I'll always love you." Margaret said coldly, "Sign it, Olivia. It's the only way." The video ended, the courtroom erupting in murmurs. The jury glared at Vincent, their anger palpable. The footage proved Olivia was a victim, not a conspirator. Vincent paled, sensing his empire's collapse. Sarah pressed on, submitting Evergreen server data, lists of 300 stolen kids, invoices for overseas sales, and Vincent's emails ordering Marcus's psychological torture to erase memories. She concluded, Olivia didn't break the law for personal gain. She saved her son and dozens of kids from a corrupt system. She's a hero, not a criminal. Prosecutor Porter tried to counter, but his arguments crumbled against the evidence. Olivia looked at Marcus, who smiled, as if saying, "We did it, Mom." The jury deliberated, but tension still hung heavy. Olivia held Marcus's hand in the hallway, knowing even if she won, Vincent had allies in the system. Ryan reported, the FBI's probing other Northwest sites, but Vincent might get a light sentence due to connections. Olivia shivered, recalling the anonymous text, "Stop, or the boy vanishes forever." But she wasn't afraid. She found Noah and would protect him at all costs. The verdict would decide not just her fate, but the future of hundreds of trafficked kids. What will the jury decide? Comment 1 if Olivia is acquitted, 2 if she's convicted. Hit like if you're breathless. Subscribe to see if justice triumphs. Seattle's courtroom erupted as the jury declared Olivia Bennett not guilty, affirming she acted for justice, saving Marcus Johnson, her son, Noah, and dozens of kids from Northwest Family Network's child trafficking ring. Vincent Caldwell, silver-haired, cold-eyed, was cuffed and sentenced to life, but his final glare haunted Olivia, a warning the system hadn't fully collapsed. She hugged Marcus, the 9-year-old black boy with a teardrop birthmark, whispering, "No one's splitting us up again." Their journey wasn't just a reunion. It was a flame igniting hope for hundreds of families robbed of their kids. Are you moved? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit like if you believe justice prevails. Subscribe to spread this story. Olivia left social work, founding the Noah Bennett Foundation to help families find missing kids. She and Marcus lived in a small house near Puget Sound, watching sunsets each evening, singing, "You Are My Sunshine." Marcus, now 10, painted heart-shaped rings, winning a local art contest. He wrote a poem, "Mom Found Me," read at a foundation event, going viral online and inspiring trafficking victims. The FBI, using evergreen data, rescued 250 more kids, but Olivia knew the fight continued. Vincent's allies still lurked. Be resilient like Marcus, holding hope despite darkness. Family love, like Olivia's, can break any barrier. Cherish your loved ones. Speak out for justice, like Olivia's live stream, and change the world. Share and donate to child protection organizations. What will you do to protect kids? Comment your thoughts. Hit like, share this video to spread the word. Subscribe for more inspiring stories. Olivia and Marcus remind us, love and courage always defeat the dark.